Hello guys, welcome. I am Samantha the Introvert, and today I want to give you my personal recap on episode 6 of My Magic Prophecy. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm doing it a little bit early. Normally I do it like tomorrow or so, but the thing is I kind of find like a system that I can make things more faster. Kinda. Just go with me. Let's get into it. Okay, so Intu woke up and he can't stop smiling because he's remembering that kiss he shared that night with Tapfa. But when he turned around, he noticed he's the only one in bed. So I'm assuming that night Tapfa was with him in the bed, but now that he noticed that he's not in bed, he got sad. Intu then went to the room that Tapfa is staying and sees that Tapfa is sleeping. Jimmy's so cute. When Tapfa woke up and saw Intu got shy and closed the door, but it's too late. He already saw you, and Tapfa ended up calling him back inside. Tapfa said the reason he called him inside is because last night he had a high fever, so now he's checking if the fever went down, which it did. But each attempt Tapfa is making is clearly an indication to be extra close to Intu. Clearly, Intu is loving the attention that Tapfa is giving and the effort he's putting into to get closer. GMMTV sure be advertising this blanket a lot. The question is it for advertisement or telling you that it's a merch, or is it just for show? If it is and anyone actually see the price for this, let me know. We then see Tapfa flashback of when he's on the phone with Tan and Pokpong talking about Miss Tara and the fact that she's breathing, so it's an indication that she might wake up soon. So Tapfa tells them that the only person should know about the Miss Tara is him, Tan, and Pokpong. Pakpan then asks if they should tell Khan about this too, and both Tan and Tapfa says no because as a manager of the hospital, you will probably tell everyone. Then Tapfa instructed them on how they're supposed to go about this plan by telling the husband that maybe the wife has COVID and no one's supposed to visit them except for Tan, Tapfa, and Pakpang. All they have to do is make sure the husband doesn't know about her condition so he doesn't do anything dangerous. Then Tapfa mentioned about Intu's vision about him being in danger in the place that he is now. Tan then says since there's danger coming, he must be careful, but also since things are getting too risky overall and Tara might wake up, Tapfa must find a way to come back to Bangkok. Tapfa was silent for a while, and then they both understand that, he's starting to like Intu. So what shall Tapfa do? Tapfa even admits to Tan and Pakpang that he likes Intu, but he doesn't know what to do, especially with the things that are going on right now. Today's episode is a lover's card. I believe the lover's card goes with means harmony, love attract, and then their advices. I think advices would go with the heart, choose love, and stuff like that. Okay, they're outside pinning clothes, and Tapfa is telling Intu that he told Tan and Pakpang about his vision, and then Intu asks what Tan said. He told Intu that he have to go back to Bangkok for the whole thing with Miss Tara and everything. Intu then looks at Tapfa and said he should go, basically telling him not to worry about him and focus on this love that will never happen, which is back at negativity and pushing Tapfa away. Then Intu brought up the kiss last night and basically told Tapfa to forget about it, basically telling him it was nothing. Tapfa knows Intu is telling a lie. They both have feelings for each other. So Tapfa went to Intu to kiss him, clarifying what he feels that they both feel is the right thing. Now, this is where they say you are thinking out of your head and not your heart. Hence the lover's card. Go with the flow. Not really the flow, but go with what your heart says. Tafa then says that when it comes to someone that he really truly cares about, he will never play with their heart and take those feelings very seriously. Then tells Intu to do the same and not to push him away. Then tells Intu that every vision that Intu is seeing is of someone that's important, clearly saying that he is important to Intu. Okay, because Into keeps talking about how he feels that Tafa is not the right person for him and the fate must be reading things wrong and soulmate and whatever, Tafa convinced Into to give him a reading. He wants to know if they're really soulmates or not. Tafa chose 3 cards. The first card is the Sun. It represents joy, success, personal growth, etc. The second card is 2 of Cups. I believe it represents partnership, union, connections, emotional connections, something like that. And the last one is Lovers. I told you what Lovers is in the first part of the drama of the episodes, but this one is like lovers come in all form, whether it's family, friends, age difference, stuff like that. With all the cards laying out, Tafa is eager to know many things about his soulmate while looking at Intu. He wants to know if his soulmate is younger or older. Intu says younger. He wants to know if this specific soulmate have a significant mark. Apparently, the card tells him all of that. And Tafa is happy about it because everything he mentioned is about Intu. Being around Intu, Tafa doesn't play when he keeps mentioning that he doesn't believe in fortune telling, but he believes in the fortune teller. So, what does Intu have to do? He can't get rid of Tafa now. Okay, back at the hospital, Tan and Pakpang is making sure that they relocate Miss Tara into a different hospital room and make it sure it's secure, telling this doctor to not let any visitors go and giving him clear instruction what to tell them, especially the husband. Back at the village, Tafa and Intu are playing basketball with the kids. As you can see, Tafa has grown accustomed to the village style. This part is funny. Tafa said he's tired. He's reached his 30s and playing with the kids, he noticed that the kids are very energetic, which is true. Once you reach a certain age, you tend to move a little bit slower because you get older, and kids are really energetic, like really energetic. The village chief went to sit beside them and sees how tired he is. Tafa then asked the village chief where his wife is, and the village chief said that his wife went to church. We get to know that his wife is a Christian, but he is not a Christian. He does go to the temple often, though. The village chief then asked the little girl to come sit with them and then asked the little girl what she wants because they're planning a New Year's party coming up, and the little girl said that she wants Intu to sing for them like he used to. Honestly, ever since his mother and father died, he has not been singing since. Look at the shirt though. We must pay attention to the shirt. The shirt said, "Be afraid and do it anyway. Don't let them silence you." The village chief changed the subject because he knows that topic is very sensitive for Intu. I love how Tafa is making moves, making sure to let Intu know that he's here with him, and if he's having hard times, he can be there to comfort him. Tafa then asked Intu if he wants to go to the New Year's party. Intu didn't deny it, but also stated that he can't let Tafa go because Tafa has to actually go back to Bangkok. Tafa literally let Intu knows that he doesn't really care about going to Bangkok. He wants to stay here with Intu. Then Intu had a flash indicating that he had a vision because remember, Tafa is holding Intu's hand. But then Intu says he didn't see anything because maybe if he didn't say that he has a vision, he'll probably see it. So Tafa tells Intu to not tell him about the visions. Just go with it and just pretend he didn't see it. Intu got a good one here. He has a bad mouth on him and he's a shopaholic, but he's very patient and caring. I feel like the parents literally put Tafa in the path for Intu so Intu will never be lonely. Then this crazy person came with a basket of avocados, telling them that the woman that gave them the boxes of avocado before sent him to give them avocados again. I'm not sure if this is a part of the script or not, but if it is crazy. If it's not, it shows, because I don't think Jimmy, maybe it was part for last episode and they didn't put it in and they put it in this episode. Then at the hospital, we see Tara's husband came and noticed that Tara is not in her usual room. Then Tara's husband sees the very doctor that Tan and Pakpan talked to about the situation. Then that doctor tells the husband that they moved Tara into a different room because like COVID or something. It's an excuse, and it's worked. He even tells that very husband in the same sentence that, oh, and also we can't make any visitors come and visit Tara, not even you. Of course, the husband finds that move very suspicious because for someone to do that, they would have to ask permission from the relatives. And since that doctor or the hospital didn't do that, that's suspicious. The doctor then said they had to do it in a rush because it was important and very urgent. Honestly, I know this husband didn't believe anything, but he had to go with it and left the entire place because, again, can't visit the woman, sorry. Then we see Pakpang and Tan went into Khan's office. By the way, Khan is not in the office at this moment. They're talking about Tara, but then this conversation switched to them. Apparently, Tan is trying to flirt with Pakpang. Pakpang is so thick-headed, he can't even guess that part. He guessed it, but he's playing hard to get. If GMMTV put their love story like 50% in the drama, I guarantee you they will definitely steal the show. So I see why GMMTV didn't really give them much screen time. But anyways, Khan came into the room and talking about if you want to actually show love, why not just go out on a date? Then Khan suggests that the three of them should go out and have dinner as friends. He doesn't even mind it'll be the third wheel. He just wants to see their love develop in front of his eyes. When it was time for the three of them to go out for dinner though, Khan is nowhere to be seen. Hell, it's not a surprise to me. I knew he was going to ditch them anyways. Tan gave Pakpang his phone to choose a music, but when Pakpang looked at the phone, he sees a dog. Apparently, this specific dog is owned by Tan, but Pakpang named the dog. They already married and live together. They don't even know it yet. When Pakpang talked about the dog and asked how he is, Tan gave a very sad face, as if the dog died, but ended up saying it's a joke, the dog didn't die. But he is of old age, so he's moving slow. They were at the restaurant enjoying their meal until it didn't last long because staff there told them that someone smashed into Tan's car window and left a note. The note says he basically should just leave the case or else he will die. Luckily for Tan, he parked exactly in front of a camera, so he asked the staff member to retrieve the CCTV footage and they agreed. Now, seeing the note and what happened to the car, Pakpang asked if Tan will give up this case. Tan says no. Dude, as an inspector and a police of law, he's not going to. In fact, it just only helped him know who's really after him. Then we're back at Intu and Thapfa. Honestly, Thapfa really trying out here. At this point, he will turn this boy's lips red and eat it all off. This is a part that got me screaming like, what the F? Jimmy is sitting on C's lap. Them thick thighs, in the words of Ken Clark, it's not fair. See, this is the future that Intu wanted, Intu needed, and is getting. But he's pushing Thapfa away. If he doesn't, this is the future. It's the next day, and since Thapfa been helping out fixing up the house, Intu asks Thapfa to continue helping fixing up the house. New changes. While going through new changes and opening up to possibility of healing, Intu went to the room and looked at his old guitar because remember, it's been a while since he's played the guitar, and I think now is the time because he's slowly healing. When Thapfa heard the little playing, he went and checked on him. It seems he's still not ready to process everything, because once he started playing, he started crying and thinking about his parents. He needs a little bit more time. Looking at Into, it made me realize that before he even met Tapfa, he would come to this place. And can you imagine the amount of tears that he shed going through each room, memories, and now Tapfa is finally there with him, beside him. And that's the slow healing that really comes with it. Honestly, this episode itself is very much healing, and that is what Intu needed. At the hospital, Tan and Pokpang is telling Kan about the incident that happened at the restaurant with the car being smashed in. Then Tan looks at Kan and said, everyone is going through a strange event, whether it's threat or something else, but the only person that they never heard happen anything at all is Kan, which you look at it, Kan hasn't been going through anything, to be exact. Kan then switched it up and said they're looking at it wrongly, because if you look at the time that his car being smashed in, when Tapfa used it, the truck smashed it, right? Okay. Then at the elevator in his condo, he wasn't there, but Tapfa almost got killed, right? Okay. Then it was a restaurant. He said that if he was there in any of those moments, he would have gotten in a serious problem. Which, looking at it, I'm like, okay then, but what about the time that Tapfa almost got ran over by the car? Would you assume that should be you too? Or the time that Tapfa almost got hit by a pipe, would you assume that would be you too? Come on. I still don't trust you. Okay, back to Into and Tapfa. Into came in to Tapfa to offer him a thick blanket. I'm going to call it a sleeping bag because it looks like one. And then he said that this is pretty much the only one that he has available. Tapfa wanted to let him have it, but then Into came up with a better solution. Into said he wants to give them the blanket, but also asks if he can stay in the room with him. In other words, he wants to share the blanket with him. That request was very shocking for Tapfa, but then again, he didn't reject it. I mean, let's be honest. We want that. We need that. Closure. Would we say closure? No, comfort. Because of that sudden request, Tapfa out here praying to the Buddha that he just remain calm and control himself. Because let's be honest, the man likes Into. I don't think Into read that you're in a room with someone that likes you while you're playing hard to get. You're in the same bed. Can you imagine the things that could have happened right now? Out of relaxation and control our emotions and body, Tapfa looked at Into and asked him if he can tell him a story about himself. Ever since they met, Into has known all about him. Now he wants to know about Into. Into started small, about the house, about the parents, why they build the parents, why they end up at this location. But then he said that his mother ended up getting a little bit sick because Into and his mother share the same thing. They both can have visions. But the thing about Intu's mother is that the more she gains the vision and sees them, the more she gets ill. So they will come to that house, and she slowly gets better, slowly. The father even built a garden to help her relax and heal. It is working because, come on, have you seen the garden? It's not Garden of Eden, but it's something. But then Into got a scary dream about his parents dying. He tried calling them, telling them not to go anywhere, but the signal dropped and Into got a crazy seizure. Judging by the house, they lived at a distance. I'm guessing at that time Into lived in Bangkok while his parents lived somewhere in the countryside. Because of that vision and Into collapse and having a seizure and collapse, the parents got worried because they tried calling Into and he couldn't answer. On their way on a rainy day, they had an accident and that's how they passed away. Poor Into. Into is crying at the morgue because he blames himself because he thinks he's the reason they died. Into said ever since his parents died, he never once visited the garden. It's the next day, and Tapfa feeling very adventurous and wants to go camping because he saw a camping tent in the house and asked, literally begged into to go. He had to beg him, and he agreed. You see this love? May this love never end. Because I feel like Intu's visions are not visions to, well, yeah, help the man from dying, but also to meet him. Okay, in order to get to this location, Tapfa blindfolded Intu because it's a surprise. Turns out the surprise is the area that they went is the garden. That is where they're gonna have their camping. Wow, the garden grew a lot since the last time Intu went. Turns out the reason Tapfa could find the garden was the villager's chief. He told Tapfa where to look for it. He also tells Tapfa that the reason the father built the garden was for the mother and Intu. He built the garden before Intu was born. Tapfa even cleared the weeds and fixed it up and rebuilt it in a good shape. Honestly, I'm telling you, after the parents died, they decided to send this man to Intu. All the visions that they had was probably something that they want Intu to just hurry up and find Tapfa. Oh my God! Looking at things, I think I know why Intu didn't go to the garden. It wasn't because he was scared or didn't have courage. It's because he didn't have anyone to go with him. I'm telling you, this boy better get a lot of bottled water because the amount of time I see this boy cry. If this boy didn't get the award of the most crying scene, then something is wrong. Is it me, or does this scene doesn't remind you of last Twilight? They brought the guitar, and this time Intu played and sang right in front of Tapfa. Tapfa was so proud of Intu because he finally mustered up the courage to play the guitar and finally sing. The question is, will he go to the New Year's event in the village and actually sing? Tapfa reached and kissed Intu, but he ended up stopping because, again, he feels like he's rushing into things. But also, Intu is kind of fighting the whole vision thing because each touch, there's visions. But then Intu decided that he wants to take the step and kiss Tapfa. Tapfa then looked at Intu and asked if he's sure that he wants to do this. See, I love this. I love that he's asking permission. I love that he's asking if he's okay. After Intu confirmed that he's okay and wants to do this, they went into the tent and boom chicka bang bang happened. Just so you know, this is Intu's first time. Intu's first time with Tapfa, and Tapfa was so gentle with him. I love that. In the end credit scene, we see Intu and Tapfa looking at the sky because Intu said he heard that if there are a meteor or a falling star falls, they make a wish. And they saw one and they both made a wish. After making their wish, they both revealed to each other that they made their wish as they wish for them to be safe and be careful. So far, this episode is very nice. I feel like this drama is one that if it's end, I'm gonna watch it over and over along with last Twilight. Because the only red flags that I see is Khan and Tara's husband. Everyone else is green flag. Okay guys, that is the end of my personal recap on episode 6 of My Magic Prophecy. Stay tuned for my recap on episode 7.